Hi, today's video is about the shortcuts I use to speed up my Obsidian workflow. This is essential to my entire workflow, so I left these in the potato vault on GitHub. First of all, the essential commands you can fall back on are Command comma for settings, where you can manually change your theme, plugin settings, etc. And Command P for command palette, which lets you access all commands. So if you don't remember the hotkeys or you didn't set them for the commands that you don't use as often, you can just use Command P to access those commands. So the top 5 commands I use are Open Weekly Note, which is how the weekly note has to be created at first so that the template loads and you don't get a blank page. I also use the command palette for export PDF to share my note. I have the Pendoc plugin, so sometimes I export in other formats too, so other people can edit the text. You can use this to pin a page, so when you click links, it opens in the site instead of moving from your current page. You can also use this for theme switching, so you can see how the theme changes the look of your note. I also like to change up my CSS snippets with the My Snippets plugin. This allows me to see whether or not I want my bullet lines to be colored if they're indented, and also how my headings change based off my CSS snippet. My workflow basically relies on dumping everything in my daily page, so the shortcut I use the most is Go to Daily Page, Command T, to check my tasks, daily checklists, and to write things in my daily note. If I'm somewhere else, then I can use Quick Add to add to the daily log with a timestamp for interstitial journaling, so it looks like this. And for this I use CTRL A. Inside the daily note, I use Cycle to Do Bullet, so I remap from the usual one that just does the checkbox or a checkbox finish. My Cycle to Do Bullet cycles from bullet to empty checkbox to done. And this is all done using Command Enter, so you can quickly turn lines into bullet lists and then to tasks and then back. I also use Tab and Shift Tab for indentation of lists. I left the CSS for my line coloring on in the potato vault, but you can easily change that using the My Snippets or just going to the settings and disabling this snippet. For more complicated commands, I use the Insert Template module by Templater. Using Ctrl P, I use this to insert snippets, and in a blank page, I also use this to quickly add metadata, note structure, and you can use it to automatically move certain page types to the correct folder. Next, I open the left and right sidebars a lot for checking the outline of the page and jumping to recent files, jumping to another date to move tasks there. So I have Ctrl R and Ctrl S because I use the colemak keyboard layout where these are right next to each other. You can just remap these for whichever is more convenient for you. If you remember the name of the file you're looking for, you can also use the quick switcher. Note, I do use another quick switcher, recent search, to replace the default Obsidian one, since usually I'm looking for the most recent version of the file. I use Ctrl G like this to go to my most recent weekly task rollup using the quick switcher. If you only know vaguely what you're looking for, then you can use the OmniSearch plugin. I put it as Ctrl F in the potato vault, and it searches the text within the file, which is really useful for finding things. I like to split pages vertically with Ctrl N because my screen is really good for this workflow since it's pretty wide. And then I close this with Command W. It's sort of similar to how you close tabs in Chrome. Then you can pin the page you're working on and use the other for displaying the links you click on. Okay, beyond these, I would recommend getting a quick switcher app to launch Obsidian and other apps, and also window managers like Rectangle to quickly put the window to exactly full screen, half, or quarters so that you can easily watch a video or read an article while taking notes in Obsidian. I do use the highlight extension on Chrome, but I also want to note down my fleeting thoughts about the note that I'm highlighting. This workflow is pretty simple compared to using Chrome extensions like Hypothesis and YouTube video clippers, but it's also more flexible and more reliable. Alfred is free without the power pack, and Rectangle is completely free. This is the second in my How to Use the Potato Vault series. Here's the playlist. If you're interested in trying out this setup, you can check out my free Potato Vault on GitHub. It has templates for an automated weekly review in Obsidian, and you can see the video on my weekly review workflow here.